All right, friends, I'm down to the very last row of Karen's amazing pineapple quilt. If you've watched some of the other videos, I have tried to give quite a few tips on this particular quilt to help you with something as precise as this one. Where are you going to find those videos, you might ask? There's an arrow right down here, and when you hit that arrow, it takes you to more of this same quilt. I like to link them all together with the arrow so that way you can check out the different tips and ideas that I give. She did provide a full 108 backing. It came in a package. I showed you on an earlier video of me basically undoing that package and putting it in for the very first time. Let me pull the package out. I've already put it in the waste bin, but it literally was brand new. And so my point is that it was a new one, and I did all of the de-wrinkling with my spritzer water. So the quilt itself is 97 inches square, and she's square, honey. And so I've got a few inches on each side. When I have a backing that's larger than the front by a good deal, I will try to scoot the quilt down as far as I can on one side that makes sense, so that hopefully the client will have a little extra fabric on one end. And the larger the quilt, the more I need at least those 3 inches, if not more, because the quilt itself, between the stitching and the batting and the choices of density of quilting, can change how it fits on the backing itself. Now, I also want to show you here that she has chosen to do a lap of stay stitching all the way around the edge of the quilt. That's the white stitching you see right here. The large yellow ones are my basting to hold the quilt down tight with the batting there. But she's done this white stitching all the way around with stay stitching. Not necessary when a quilt has a border on it, but when it has loose pieces, having that stay stitching makes a huge difference. And you know, she does have these loose pieces with the cornerstones going in between each piece of sashing, so it's not a bad choice. It's preventing these segments from opening as it's being placed all over on the quilting rack, with the machine moving next to it, being basted down. It's holding all of that down. So anytime you have plenty of stitches that are open, that aren't just being one basic border, I would always suggest you consider doing that little stay stitching all the way around. You'll have a much better outcome on your quilt. It'll be easier up here on the long arm process. I just want to encourage you to consider doing that. Look at the fun designs. We've got a circle going right here. We've got kind of this inner pineapple section going right there. I love to see the designs as we get the quilt finished up. My friends, make it a great day.